Wait. Before you scroll away, pause for just a moment. What you're about to hear might quietly shift the way you see your entire life. And by the end of this video, you won't look at the world, or yourself, the same way again. That's not hype. It's just what happens when clarity replaces noise. You've been chasing answers, searching for change, wondering when it will finally feel like things are clicking. And maybe, just maybe, this is the moment that begins to unfold that shift. So don't skip ahead. Because something important is waiting for you at the end, something that puts everything into perspective. You've been told that the key to success is simple. Work harder. Move faster. Push more. And maybe you believed it, like most of us did, until you started feeling the cost, burnout, stress, and the creeping fear that you're still not where you want to be. But what if that entire model is outdated? What if the real key to growth, mental, emotional, even financial, has nothing to do with grinding? And everything to do with alignment? Stay with me. Because once you see this differently, it's hard to go back. There's something most people never notice. The most impactful changes don't always start with effort. They often start with awareness. The kind of awareness that doesn't shout, but whispers. That invites you to stop reacting, and start noticing. You felt it, haven't you? That internal tug-of-war. Between how you're living, and how you know you could be living. Between fear and trust. Between surviving and actually designing your life. Let's go deeper. Here's a truth few talk about. Success doesn't just respond to effort. It responds to direction. And direction comes from clarity, not chaos. At the end of this video, we'll return to one powerful shift you can make that alters how you approach everything, from money to mindset. But first, consider this. Have you been operating like success is sprinting away from you? Or like it's searching for someone who's ready? Because it is. And it's not looking for desperation. It's looking for stability, focus, calm preparation. This is what we forget. You don't need to run harder. You need to realign. To stop bracing, and start becoming. Because often, the breakthrough doesn't arrive in the noise. It arrives in the stillness. And as we close in on the final few seconds, here's what I want you to really hear. There's a simple shift. One idea. At the end of this video, I'll share it with you. Not a mantra. Not a trick. Just a different way of seeing things, so clear and so obvious. That once you see it, you'll wonder how you ever missed it. Keep watching. You're closer than you think. Take a breath. Seriously, just pause and breathe. Because right now, whether you see it or not, you're closer than you've ever been. Not just to money, but to something much more important, alignment. Let me explain. Money is not the goal. It never was. It's a reflection. It mirrors how we think, how we act, and what we believe is possible. And most of us, we were taught to chase it. To hustle. To grind. To push until something gives out. But what if nothing has to fall apart? What if you don't need to collapse to succeed? What if the shift isn't external at all, but internal? Look at your life for a second. How often have you called fear logic? How many times have you said, I can't? When really, it was doubt doing the talking. This is the kind of self-honesty most people avoid. But you're still here. And that matters. Because what comes next in this video might just reframe how you approach everything, from your finances to your future. Stay with me. The truth is, abundance doesn't respond to anxiety. It responds to clarity. To groundedness. And that begins with a decision. Not a dramatic one. A quiet, steady one. To stop reacting to the chaos around you. And start creating calm within you. Stillness doesn't mean inaction. It means intention. It's the difference between reacting and responding. Between force and strategy. It's not about waiting for money to show up. It's about becoming the kind of person who knows what to do when it does. Let me ask you this, really think about it. If what you've been praying for showed up tomorrow, would your habits protect it? Would your mindset know how to grow it? Would your belief system even let you keep it? That's the key. Because wealth doesn't move toward confusion. It moves toward readiness. And readiness is a decision. A clear one. It's the moment you stop preparing for failure while hoping for success. It's when you stop shrinking your plans to fit your fears. You can't walk through life with the posture of struggle and expect to receive with open hands. You have to decide that you're done playing small. And when you do, something changes. You'll notice it. The way you breathe. The way you think. The way life responds. Not because of luck, but because you're no longer waiting. You're expecting. And there's power in that, measurable, visible, rational power. Not magic. Just momentum. You're standing at a threshold. The edge of a different way of showing up. And in just a moment, we'll get to the phrase, the shift, that ties this all together. But first, I want you to feel this. You're not just almost there. You're one decision away. That pressure in your chest. That awareness rising in your body. It's not just emotion. It's recognition. You're ready. And in the next breath, you'll say the words that move it all forward. Stay with me. The shift is real. And you're about to experience it. Take a breath. Not to escape, but to notice. Because everything you've been through has brought you right here. Not by chance. Not by coincidence. But because something in your life is ready to change. You didn't just land on this message. You followed a thread, maybe unknowingly, until it led you to the right moment. This one. And whether it feels like it or not, you're ready. Every setback taught you something. Every delay sharpened your focus. Every sleepless night stretched your capacity. You've been preparing, quietly, through experience. Not just to succeed, but to hold success with stability. And now, you're closer than ever. But here's the truth. That next level won't come through pressure. It won't arrive through panic or pushing. It starts when you give yourself permission. Permission to stop bracing. To stop overthinking. To stop treating abundance like something you have to chase or earn in desperation. Because there's a shift that happens. When you stop asking if you're worthy. And start acting like you are. And that shift can begin with a single phrase. Not as a wish. As a decision. 3 words. Simple, but rooted. Say it with intention. I receive. Say it again, more certain this time. I receive. Not just money. Not just outcomes. You're receiving space. Receiving clarity. Receiving the mental and emotional readiness that allows growth to take hold. Notice how your body reacts when you say it. The release in your chest. The stillness in your breath. That's not fantasy. That's your nervous system responding to a new signal. One that says, I'm not surviving anymore. I'm ready to build. Because wealth doesn't move toward resistance. It moves toward readiness. And belief is what opens the gate. From this moment forward, you're not waiting to see if it works. You're stepping like it's already in motion. Eyes open. Mind clear. Shoulders steady. And as you walk like that, the world starts responding. Not instantly, but steadily. Like water following a path that's finally been cleared. So don't force it. Don't cling to it. Just stay in that rhythm. And when the doubts creep back in, because they will, say it again. I receive. Say it until it feels natural. Until it becomes the baseline of how you operate. Until your old patterns have no room to speak. And the new ones, the ones rooted in calm, clarity, and confidence, take over. Because here's the truth. You were never waiting for abundance. Abundance was waiting for you to show up ready. And now, you have. The rest unfolds from here. You said the words. I receive. And something shifted. Internally first, then gradually around you. Because when you make a clear decision, things begin to move. Not always loudly, but deliberately. This is the moment where most people pull back. They declare what they want once, but return to living like nothing changed. They say, I receive, but act like they're still waiting. You're different. Because now you understand something essential. The opportunity doesn't show up just because you asked. It shows up when you're prepared to hold it. So here's the question that matters now. If the money landed tonight, would your life be ready? Would your mindset know how to handle it? Would your habits protect it? Would your decisions help it grow? This is where everything shifts. Because overflow isn't a reward for wishing. It's a result of readiness. And readiness isn't a mindset. It's a way of living. It's what you do when no one's watching. How you carry yourself before anything arrives. How you think, plan, and act like what you want is already in motion. This isn't delusion. It's alignment. Because when you behave like someone who's already in motion, you stay ready for what's coming. You don't wait for permission anymore. You move like you're already trusted. Like the answer is already yes. Like the resources are on their way. And when your behavior reflects belief, your environment starts catching up. This isn't wishful thinking. It's basic cause and effect. Confidence builds momentum. Preparation creates opportunity. Clarity attracts results. The world doesn't respond to hesitation. It responds to direction. So act like you're funded. Speak like you're responsible. Decide like support is already in place. You're not trying to earn worthiness. You already have it. Now, you're just aligning your daily choices with that fact. So tighten your routine. Organize your finances. Respect the $10 in your wallet like it's a foundation, not a limitation. Because when you treat what you have like it matters, you expand your capacity for more. The shift isn't just internal anymore. It's physical. It's visible. It's how you walk into a room. How you respond when no one's praising you. How you lead, even when the spotlight's not on you. This is how you teach the world how to respond to you. By showing that you're already operating from value, not chasing it. You're not clinging to lack. You're living in structure. You're thinking in overflow. And you're doing it not with noise, but with clarity. That's the difference. You're not hoping anymore. You're building. You're living like what you asked for is already moving toward you. Because in many ways, it is. So say it again, with certainty this time. I receive. Say it while organizing. Say it while deciding. Say it while becoming the version of yourself who no longer waits for signs, because you are the signal. The world doesn't move for those who hesitate. It moves for those who lead. And you? You're leading now. Now that something has shifted. Now that you've made the decision. And your mindset has aligned with what you truly want. Don't be surprised if resistance shows up. It will. It always does. Not because you made the wrong move, but because you finally made a real one. Here's what most people don't talk about. When you start moving with purpose, your comfort zone pushes back. Old doubts resurface. You second-guess yourself out of nowhere. Anxiety kicks in, not because of danger, but because of growth. That's not failure. It's friction. It's the emotional and psychological tension that happens when your identity starts to shift. The part of you that's used to scarcity, self-protection, or playing small. It doesn't let go quietly. It tries to pull you back. Back into habits that feel familiar. Back into decisions that feel safe, but keep you stuck. You'll feel tempted to hesitate. To play it down. To question the progress you just made. But that hesitation, it's not truth. It's memory. It's the echo of a mindset you've outgrown. And it can't go where you're headed. So when fear creeps in, pause, don't panic. When self-doubt speaks up, listen, but don't obey. And when old patterns try to resurface, meet them with clarity. Say it out loud if you need to. I receive. Not just the outcome, but the strength to keep showing up for it. The discipline to sustain it. The mindset to protect it. The courage to expand it. Because this isn't just about a temporary breakthrough. It's about building a new standard. And here's the hard truth. New standards come with pressure. They come with resistance. Not from the world, but from within you. Because your past had rules. Rules like: play it safe. Don't expect too much. Lower your hopes so you don't get hurt. But those rules were survival tactics. And you're no longer surviving. You're building. Now you create new rules. I expect overflow. I protect my energy. I prepare like it's already mine. I choose consistency over chaos. This is the point where emotional boundaries matter. Not to push people away, but to protect your progress. Audit your habits. Filter your inputs. Treat your focus like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. And when the pull of the past shows up, don't shrink. Don't stall. Don't retreat. Remember, you don't live in that version of yourself anymore. You've outgrown those limitations. This isn't a test to break you. It's a test to stabilize you. So when life gets loud, stay clear. When things wobble, stay centered. When doubt returns, return to what you chose. Say it again. I receive. Say it until your nervous system gets the message. Say it until hesitation fades. Say it until your reality aligns with your decisions. You've already done the hard part, you started. Now your only job is to keep going. And the pressure you're feeling? That's not a sign to quit. It's confirmation you're getting closer. So, you made the shift. You committed to the vision. You followed through. And now, the results are starting to show. Maybe it's quiet. Maybe it's gradual. But the signs are here. You're noticing small changes. Unexpected opportunities. Conversations that feel perfectly timed. Progress that feels intentional, not accidental. This isn't luck. It's alignment in motion. But now comes the most important question. Can you hold what's starting to arrive? Because getting more is only the beginning. Keeping it, and growing it, requires something deeper. It requires stewardship. And stewardship doesn't come from effort alone. It comes from maturity. Not physical strength. Not non-stop hustle. But the maturity to handle more without losing yourself. The discipline to pace your decisions when emotion wants to sprint. The clarity to protect what's valuable instead of chasing what's urgent. The self-awareness to say, this isn't just an upgrade. It's a responsibility. Because real growth doesn't just ask, can I get more? It asks, can I manage more, wisely, calmly, sustainably? Wealth, financial or otherwise, is not random. It responds to structure. To clarity. To environments that are prepared to hold it. So ask yourself. If things expanded tomorrow, would your life contain it? Would your habits stabilize it? Would your decisions scale it, or slowly leak it away? Overflow isn't magic. It's math. It moves where there is order. Where there are systems that support the weight of more. That's why your peace must be treated like capital. Your time must be guarded like a scarce resource. And your inner circle, curated like a trusted team. Because this isn't just about what you attract anymore. It's about who you're becoming. You're not just a recipient. You're becoming a vessel. A builder. A multiplier. Someone who can manage overflow and distribute value with purpose. This is why the waiting felt so long. Why the work felt heavy. Why it seemed like nothing was happening, until it suddenly was. You weren't being held back. You were being prepared. Prepared to carry what most people drop. Prepared to lead without being overwhelmed. Prepared to grow something that lasts. So now that you're here, clearer, stronger, and more focused than you've ever been, don't rush this part. Build the foundation. Refine your habits. Clean up what's unstable, mentally, emotionally, logistically. Because the resources you asked for aren't far. They're just waiting for your structure to match your vision. The world doesn't reward urgency. It rewards preparation. Say this with intention. What I carry is valuable. Say it like a decision. Like a contract with your future self. Like a reminder that what you've created is worth protecting. Because you're not hoping anymore. You're leading. You're building. And the level of abundance you experience will mirror the strength of what you build behind the scenes. So build with intention. Quietly. Deliberately. Intelligently. Because the next wave, it's coming. And this time, you'll be ready to hold it. Stand still. Right here. Right now. Take this in. No more waiting. No more hoping. No more, maybe one day. It's already happening. You've made the shift. You've spoken the truth. You stayed grounded when fear tried to pull you back. You didn't retreat. You remembered who you are. And now, the door is open. Not just around you. Within you. The version of you that doubted, delayed, or played small is done. That chapter is closed. And what's left standing? Someone capable. Someone focused. Someone prepared to handle everything they once only dreamed of. You're not waiting for abundance anymore. You're operating from it. You're not looking for your purpose. You're living in it. This isn't a moment, it's your new normal. Abundance isn't a surprise anymore. It's your standard. You speak with clarity. You choose with confidence. You move like someone who knows their path is already unfolding. Because it is. Let this land clearly. You're not becoming powerful. You already are. Not just in what you have, but in what you understand. And when you understand, really understand, who you are and what you're capable of, everything else starts to align around you. People. Decisions. Resources. Because clarity creates motion. And money? It doesn't just follow effort. It follows energy. It responds to leadership. It flows to people who treat what they have with intelligence and purpose. So speak this now, clearly, calmly, boldly. I declare, I am prepared. I am focused. I am living in overflow. Say it like you mean it. Say it like someone who no longer entertains limitation. Like someone who knows they've earned the right to move differently. Let it dissolve every trace of scarcity that once made you second-guess yourself. Because here's the truth. You're not just lucky. You're ready. You're not just receiving. You're creating momentum that lasts beyond you. You're not standing at closed doors hoping to be chosen. You're building systems. Opening new paths. Making the next chapter inevitable through how you live now. You've become the kind of person who doesn't chase. You build. And what you build now echoes far beyond what you see today. So let this be your rhythm from here on out. In your pace. In your speech. In your silence. A rhythm that says, without needing to shout, I receive. Not just the reward, but the responsibility. The focus. The strategy to move it forward. Because you're not aligned with abundance anymore. You're the source of it. And from this point forward, you act like it.